In this episode, I'm joined by Ashy Feet Games founder Moe Poplar. We talk about how he is a converted TTRPG player and a recovering Magic the Gathering addict. Also, how we met is a bit serendipitous. All this and more follow in this episode. Thanks for listening. All right, welcome back to Lunch and Board Game. I'm your host, Adam Collins, and with me today is designer and publisher Moe Poplar of Ashy Feet Games. Moe, how you doing?
I am great, Adam. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, so glad to have you on the show. I
Happy
actually ran,
lunchtime.
yeah, at lunch. I'm not playing a game, so I might as well be interviewing, right? I met you at Gamma, sort of in passing, and I was
Yep.
really intrigued by your game, Dark Heists.
hmm
And I had it constantly like the window open on my computer, like, should I buy this game? Should I buy this game? And then serendipitously, you were at Geekway and I met you in person and
Small
got to
world.
play the game with you. So now I have a signed copy in my collection. So, uh, talk about Dark Heist. Where did this idea come from?
Dark Heist really comes out of my love for Blades in the Dark. I'm a huge Blades in the Dark fan. It's a TTRPG designed by John Harper, published by Evil Hat Games. And my history in gaming is 30 years in RPGs and maybe 10 years in board games. And so kind of my fandom definitely starts with story, with narrative, and with choices. And that could probably be reflected in a lot of the board games I play.
Yeah.
I like theme. I like choices. I like you know when it doesn't just look painted on.
No, absolutely. So, an interesting part about playing Dark Heist with you, you got to explain a lot of the characters of the
Mm.
game as friends and neighbors. And you have a friend with a movie studio. Is that what it is?
I live in LA, so it's kind of like in some parts of the country having a friend with a farm. Having a friend who works in the film business in LA is not a big thing, nor is it unusual. Um, but yeah,
But he
one of my
had severed
buddies,
heads.
I, one of my buddies, we actually met on a film set. Josh Russell of Russell Effects, russelleffects.com. He is super talented and he has a lot of hands and limbs and weapons and he's a good guy to know when you want to do something silly
When you want to do something
photographically.
silly.
Yep,
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Uh, so go back. How did you get into gaming? How did you make that jump from RPGs to the tabletop board game?
I was designing a TTRPG. A buddy of mine suggested I go to Metatopia out in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So I hopped on a plane on a whim to mostly see my buddy and also see what this whole Metatopia thing was about. And you know, I was really, really, really like energized and excited by all of the design kind of choices and decisions and inspirations people were taking. From there, uh, they have this thing where there are a lot of people who show up to play the RPGs, but they kind of have to drag people out of the halls to play the board games. So I was walking along through this convention, minding my business, and somebody said, "Are you doing something?" And I was like, "Oh, not really." They were like, "Come play this demo." So I sat down at a demo for a board game, and I didn't think I liked board games at the time, and this game wasn't even complete, and it really blew my mind.
Yeah.
Um, that I made fast friends because my I was really enjoyed the game, and folks said, "Hey, if you're around, we're playing Pandemic tonight," and I was like, "What's a pandemic?" And they were saying this was a game that inspired their game. And so I got to see what a finished board game looked like. And I was like, wow, this is really impressive.
That's a heck of a first game.
Yeah, yeah. And, again, it was great for me because, it's co op. So,
Mm-hmm.
it really kind of filled that frame of like the RPG party going out to do a thing.
Yeah,
Um, and so it
I
had
can
the
see that.
story, it had the theme. Mechanically, it really supported that in a way I never imagined could happen. And then I started, the wheels start turning.
And look out, world, here I come.
Look out, world, here I come. I played another game there that was a lot of game, but had this really interesting mechanic where it sped up faster and faster and faster. So the first game I designed um, is probably going to be my second game published, Crumb Snatchers, and for a long time, it was just something cool. I printed out the cards through drive-through cards, and I played with my family and friends, and it was fun. And I was just like, all right, this is fun, but I don't know what to do with it because saying a game is fun is not really making a product. Um,
You're not joking there. Oh
so,
man.
um, and I pitched it to some companies, and kind of nobody bit. So I made a couple other games, and then set out to, in the spirit of making a product, make something that gamers writ large would like. And gamers like deck building. There's a rabid deck builder subculture. You say Netrunner in certain rooms, and you're going to get a lot of attention. So yeah, I start playing with the deck building mechanic. I played Clank. I played Arctic Scavengers. You
Oh,
know, I,
love
I
Clank.
I played all of these games that just really have this sense of character progression, and that scratched my RPG itch
Oh yeah.
again. You know,
So have you played Clank in Space?
I have not.
Oh, see, I love Clank. I think
Hmm.
Clank, when it comes to deck building, it really took the idea of a deck builder
Right,
and so you
right,
have that board element that really adds so much to the game
right,
because you're not just building a deck
right.
to attack something or try to score points. You're building a deck to move around this cave.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
and so you're trying to get movement. You're trying to get swords. You're
Hmm.
not only that, you're trying to get money to buy better
Hmm.
cards.
Hmm.
But the one thing I do like about Clank that's also very frustrating is it's hard to shed cards out of
Right,
your deck.
right.
So you really have to be careful about deck bloat because man,
It
you don't
happens, and
yeah,
it
you don't
happens
want that big
quick.
thing. Oh yeah. And then you
Yeah.
end up with all these cards that you can't get your synergy you're trying to get together
Hmm.
because you just got but Clank in Space kind of took that idea to the next level. And so I really love Clank in Space.
Well, I am a huge fan of Clank Catacombs because I love the emergent map.
Mm-hmm.
I played what is it? Uh, the Thievery Incorporated, um, something Acquisitions Incorporated game. I played a bunch of other maps. Um, I wouldn't say that I'm done with Clank, but there's so many expansions. It's like, all right, somebody needs to curate what my next one. And Adam said, go play Clank in Space. I'll find
Yeah, give that
it.
one a shot. That one's
Absolutely.
cool because the board can change. You can
Hmm.
buy add-ons and
Hmm.
expansions that actually change pieces of the board, so it's kind of fun.
Nice.
So what is your current favorite game? What game is out on your
Oh,
table? If I get a chance to come out
oh,
to,
that is not fair.
hey, you saw the questions ahead of time. You knew this
I
was coming.
did. I did. I didn't like it. So I think the game that I most frequently get tabled with joy is probably Brass Birmingham.
Ooh,
Um,
heavy.
I will. I started with Clank. I started with um, Lords of Waterdeep, and I have fallen way down the deep end with 18xx games and historical war games. Um, but you know, anytime I get to play brass, I am very very happy. I love um, the area control part. I love the mutual benefit part. I love how I can win the game by just giving resources to everybody else on the board, and you know, you guys go build your stuff and do your thing. I'll just sell you. I'll sell you shovels and jeans, you know, as they did in the gold rush back in the day, and you know, you go prospect and then there are hills.
Yeah, they won't notice.
Right. I'll sell you beer. You guys scrabble over like who gets to sell what from your boxes. Um I I love some Dune Imperium Uprising, you know. I have played that game more than 50, 60 times, and
Oh
so
boy.
it's not that I'm over it, but you know, and actually at the convention I met you at, I played March of the Ants and Fea's Swamp, and now you know. You talk about having the browser open. It's a daily struggle to
Yeah.
not press buy.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to play that one though. I saw a lot of people playing it. I loved the little ant
Ant meeples, yeah,
ant
yeah, yeah,
meeples. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
And
man,
so,
that game
and
looked
so,
good.
like, they make it so hard because you can't even just buy the game. You got to buy the deluxe version,
Oh
so you
yeah.
get the ant meeples.
Oh, that wasn't base. Oh man. Oh man.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Ah.
I do love some Andromeda's Edge. Although I find that I end up teaching that to a lot of people, and so you know, there's a way that it feels much better when you're playing with people who've already played. You know, you can't attack the guy you just taught how to play the rules and destroy his whole armada. That's not nice.
It's not nice. That's the second time we play with him. The second
Exactly,
time.
exactly. First time's
Yeah,
free.
yeah. Oh man. No, I get it. I get it. So, if you play game, do you play games at lunch or probably not?
Sadly, I love the idea of your podcast, but I work from home, and so and I don't really have the discipline or focus to play BGA. So yeah, most of my gaming is in the evenings. So no games at lunch. But
So
if
if
I
you did,
were to
okay.
play a game at
Yeah.
lunch, all right.
Yeah.
Um, one of my favorite quick fast games these days is a Big Shot. Oh man, I should know the designer's name. Sorry. It's published by Play-T Games, and it's I guess the third public cation implementation of it. Big Shot by um, Alex Randolph. It is so slick. It is so simple. It is so cutthroat.
I
it's a
love it
little,
already.
it's a little bidding game. You start with $10. Well, $10,000. Sorry, and it with increments of 1,000, and you bid for these lots of cubes. And as you get the most cubes in the area, you control the area, and it's super slick. It's a 2 to 4 player game. But because those extra cubes are on the board, it plays a different strategy, but just as good at 2, 3, or 4 players.
Interesting.
Because you know, essentially, if you're playing 2 players, the other 2 player colors are noise on the board, and so you use them to block your opponent from winning and all this other stuff. It has this really cool mechanic where you end up having to take loans pretty quick, and your first loan is $10,000, but your second loan is $9,000, and your third loan is $8,000, and they become progressively less. And so it's all about who ends up with the most money on the board. If some of the spaces on the board are worth 9,000 or 21,000,
Oh,
and you can easily get in over your skis and be like, all right, we're at the end of the game. If I could win this one space, I could end up in the positive because I've taken out so many loans.
ugh.
So,
Sounds like
um,
the farming game where like you immediately have to take a loan from the bank just to pay for your tractor repairs or
right,
something.
right, right. I haven't played that one, but yeah, that sounds
I'll have to track that one down. What about a 60-minute game if you're playing for a full lunch half or full lunch
a
hour?
60-minute game. I'm probably gonna choose something like I'm probably gonna choose something like uh I don't want to say Dark Heist, which I think you could play in 60 minutes.
You could.
No, I'm going to say a thing. I hope nobody takes offense. After 200 playtests and hundreds more demos, I don't have to play that game anymore. I'll teach you how to play the game. Go ahead and enjoy. It thrills me to play it. It also thrills me to see people play it. Um, I actually played a great game at Geekway that showed up at my house before I got home, called Mini Rails, which is kind of a 30-40 minute 18xx game. And I don't know if you played any 18xx games, but they're known for going 4 or 5 hours.
Oh
So
yes, I
this
am
this is
aware.
this is remarkable. It streamlines everything down to a bare minimum, and it's super slick. And I think if you're playing with people with AP, it might stretch out to an hour. Um,
I have a
you.
few of those in my group.
Yep, 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 yep. Let's see who did mini rails, um, but it also has a new implementation, and when you see these Mark Garrett's, when you see these games that have been published and published and republished, and new publishers are fighting over it, that's usually a sign,
That's
that
usually a
um,
pretty good
there's
sign.
something going on really good with this game. And I played it twice at Geekway, and now I need to play it more.
Was it in the plan win?
It was not. It's an older game.
Oh yeah,
Um, it was not. Looks like it came out in 2017.
weird. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I've never heard of it. I want to track this one down too. This looks great.
Yep. So you're placing every turn. You get to buy a stock in a company, and you get to build a rail line for a company. They don't have to be the same company, and the rail line you build does not have to be for your own company, which is interesting because some places you build the rail line, like on lakes and mountains, make the stock go down. And so you might be making the stock go down for for companies your opponents invested in. And after you've made it go down later in the game, you might buy that stock now that it can only go up.
I love the idea of this. This sounds
So,
fantastic.
one of the things you'll notice about games that I'm really into is that there's a lot of above the table energy. Some people would say take that. I say personal interaction.
It's the
It's
same
just
thing.
it's just a game, but yeah, mini rails definitely tickled me, and I dug it a lot.
Oh, this looks. I mean, sounds fantastic.
Yep.
So, let's go back a quick second. What color do you have to be when you're playing a game?
I'm typically gonna pick yellow. It's
Really?
funny listening to some of your podcasts.
Yeah.
I hear there's a little disparagement of yellow, but um, so first of all, I'm non-denominational. It doesn't matter what color I'm playing, But if you ask me first, nobody wants yellow, so I'll play yellow. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing is you never really have to fight over yellow.
Yep.
So, how do you pronounce Klaus Teuber's game, The Settlers of?
Ah, Catan.
There we go. At least you got that one right for sure. But yeah,
I got the player color wrong.
you got the player color wrong. I mean, yellow. Who chooses yellow? I mean, but what's so funny though in today's gaming world is you can pretty much go to Etsy or Thingiverse or anything like that and find the pieces in any color you want or in 3D printable files and print
Right,
them
right,
in
right,
whatever color you want.
right. It's
So
true.
like they don't have the game doesn't have the color you want, just go print some because I know people do that for like Wingspan, like they have to be a color blue or something like that, so they go print blue pieces or purple pieces or something like that. So it's interesting how that question, well, I love it, is quickly becoming obsolete as people can just go buy whatever color they want.
Um, it's interesting to me because I didn't know it mattered, but
I like to
I
be
see
red, but now my daughter takes it, so I have to be orange.
I see the people who wear the shirts. I always play green. I always play blue, and I'm like, all right, this is an interesting subculture of the hobby.
I mean, I have an I am dibs on red is the sticker I have on my water bottle.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh,
yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah, it's real. I like to play red. But like I said, my daughter likes to play red, so I try to be orange so I can be nice. Kickstarter. Do you get
Kickstarter.
on? Do you dabble in Kickstarter?
I dabble in Kickstarter both ways. I actually have a crowdfunding project that should be launching in September, October for a family friendly, fun and happy Black History game called Fabulous Freeman, where you travel around America to help heroes of the Harlem Renaissance. It's supposed to be a
Interesting.
Black History game with no racism and no slavery. It's supposed to be fun. But yeah, I back way too many things.
Yeah.
Some days it's great because something just shows up at your door and you're like, what's this? What's
Yes.
this?
Ooh,
it's
something
it's a
new.
box, not a bill.
I got home, I think it was last week or the week before, and there was this giant box
Uh-huh.
on the front porch, and I'm like, I don't remember ordering any board game that big. And luckily, it wasn't. Whew.
Right?
Something my wife ordered, but I was like, oh my
You're like,
gosh, what
what
game
did
did
I
I
do?
order? Yeah,
What did I do?
what game did I order that's that big? Oh my gosh, I was like, oh my, this is gonna be hard to explain. But I think it
Uh-huh.
was like pillows or something. So
Hey,
yeah, whew, not me.
dodged a bullet with that one.
I certainly did. But do you remember what the first board game was you backed on Kickstarter?
Oh, wow. So you're asking a question. My problem is I backed lots of RPGs back in the day. And so
It was a great platform for that too, because they didn't have to
yeah,
ship anything; you just email you the PDF.
for board games. I'm looking over my shoulder and I would probably you're asking a question that,
Was not on the
um
list. I get it.
well, I mean, the problem is there've been so many.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I honestly don't know.
That's all good. No, I was curious. I
Yeah.
actually so mine was Scuttle, small card game by
Scuttle.
Jelly
Okay.
Bean,
Okay.
and then I actually ran into Peter C. Hayward at Gamma,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I walked up to him and said, "Hey, I know you don't know who I am, and I know you're in line. I got to run for something else. But I just wanted to say, because of you, I'm addicted to Kickstarter because Scuttle was the first game I backed, and I think I shocked the absolute crap out of him because he was like, "What? That's amazing!" And I'm like, "Man,
Right?
because of you, I'm here right now.
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault." But yeah, so so how about a hidden gem game? A game you don't think gets enough attention?
Hidden gem game. I'm gonna have to say. So here's my problem. I now move in too many circles of the board game hobby, and I feel like There's the hobby board game. I hang out with train gamers now, the historical war gamers now. Um, my wife will only play a game weighted two or less. You know what I mean?
Oh
She ain't
yeah.
a, she ain't about that life. Um, and so I think I'm gonna say my favorite hidden gem is Dominant Species.
Ooh, that's an interesting game.
A lot of people have heard of it. Most people have never played it. I'm going to tell you, Dominant Species will definitely clock 3 or 4 hours of play, but it is so good.
Yeah, that's
And
the one reason why I don't get to it very often. I think I played it. I want to say twice,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it does. It takes 2+ hours, and you've really got to be committed to it.
And it's not a 3 or 4 hour slow game.
No.
You get a ton of moves in there. Everybody's move is pretty quick. I think I'm definitely leaning closer to the Dominant Species Marine version
I've not
because
played that. I've heard it's good, but I haven't played it.
um it you know dominant species, you're really programming your moves, and so everybody places all five of their workers, and then like a waterfall happens as all the moves activate, and it becomes very brutal because the thing you're trying to do might not be available to do by the time it gets to the worker you've placed. And I think that's a fun part of the puzzle, but I've definitely seen people really kind of be annoyed by that. Dominant species marine, those actions activate immediately, and so it's a little more forgiving that way. But yeah,
Interesting.
uh, a very interesting design choice, and how little tweak makes such a huge difference. But it's very combat-y. It lots of like ways to play, lots of paths to victory. It's not like, I mean, most other games I've seen, and I really enjoy it.
No, I'll have to dust. I'll have to find my friend that has it. I don't have it. I don't tend to have any games that last more than about 90 minutes in my house.
Right, right, right.
But
And
yeah, I'll have
like
to.
I say it's a hidden gem, but there is a group of people in my neighborhood who literally play it once a month.
I
Most
mean,
of the
I'd love to play any game once a month.
most of the people, well, I'd love to have 6 hours um, once a month to play a game.
But see, even then, if I had 6 hours, I'd rather play like 3 or 4 games than one. That's the
Listen,
that's
I'm with
me.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you. And so because there's so many new games and there's so many games you haven't played in a while. Um, but yeah, I most of the people I play board games with, um, they've only kind of seen it from afar, and have decided they're not dealing with it because of the time commitment.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
But that's what
it's one of the first
conventions are
things.
for.
Absolutely, man. Well, the booth so my booth at the convention, we were right on the edge, which is funny because they had those big circle
Mm-hmm.
tables right there,
Yep.
which are set up specifically for games that are big footprint games,
Right.
but also games that are going to take hours to
Right.
play.
Right.
And so there was a guy, they were playing War Room.
I don't
And
know
War
this one.
Room is listed for like, I think the BGG page for War Room listed at like 4 to 6 hours. And these people were playing, and they were playing it so long, like people were swapping in and out of the. It's a World War II game,
Uh huh.
and so people were like running out of time or got bored with it and left, and like somebody else came in to play that country, and I mean they played it for somewhere close to 6 or 8 hours,
Hmm.
and I'm like, more power to you. I'll stay
That
over
part.
here with the little 30-minute games.
That part. Yep. I got you.
Oh man, but yeah, but you know, man, you made me think of something, and I can't remember what it was. It triggered me, but you made an interesting comment about the box art on My Game Locked Out, and it has like really stuck with me that I need to get that box art redone, um, because there's no sense of urgency on the box, and I'm like, man, it's just you play a lot of games, you see a lot of stuff, you get a lot of
Mm-hmm.
ideas, and sometimes they're too late, and sometimes they're very helpful for the next game. And I really appreciated that, and so I'm looking at trying to figure out, if we do a second print run, we're going to redo the cover art. But that was an interesting comment you made. Like I said, it has stuck with me for a couple weeks now, and I've already told the artist, like, "Hey, be working on this."
Well, let's happily offline it, because there's a certain point where I think as a publisher, there's a lot of growth, because you may or may not design the game, but everything else is on you.
Yeah.
And, essentially, you're putting your finger in the air, you're trying to figure out which way the wind blows, and who wants this thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then how to make it apparent to them that they want it. And I can only in brief say I sympathize and empathize with you, because um, you know you end up with 400 to 1,000 games in your garage, and then you find out what went wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for those of you who want to know what Moe looks like, he is the centerpiece of the Dark Heist box, right dead middle with his
that was
cowboy hat and everything.
that was my wife's idea. Um, she's like, "It's your game. You should be on the box." I'm like, "It's not really my thing. I don't.
It's
it's fun."
But it's interesting. It's an interesting little thing.
And everybody said that with the hat and everything, it's a nice. It's symmetric and it's well framed. Whatever. I'm like, we can get somebody else to wear this hat.
You probably did. There's a couple hundred cards in that deck.
There's about 90 cards in that deck. Yep.
Yeah, no. So I also thought it was interesting that you had a fan of the game actually create a box insert, 3D printable box insert.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
fits right
Yeah.
in there. I have downloaded it. I need to get my I need to get my printer back up and running so I can print it off. But I like it because it holds the metal coins, which
Yeah.
is a good, which is a great splurge. I mean, metal coins are always fun
I
to add
mean,
to a
they
game.
are so satisfying, and I feel like I cheated, because most people get to buy these coins, but I got to make them. Like, I got to make money. That is so awesome.
Not legal tender,
It
but
is not legal tender. It is very fun.
that's cool though. I didn't know you got to make them. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I don't
What
know
did
if
that
you
look like?
I don't know if you look too closely, but one side says crime and one side says sway,
Yep.
because we can flip a coin and do this the easy way or the hard way.
I mean, and that's the way the game works.
That's the way the game
You got to get
works.
the sway, then you
Yeah,
got to come down with that iron fist.
that's right. Don't make me come over there.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I like the way that it comes with the neoprene mat that
Mm,
sets helps you, because that's one thing with deck builders that a lot of people I think nowadays are kind of spoiled with, right? Is you have these player mats, you have these
yep,
ways to organize the game.
yep.
Back in the even 10 years ago, they weren't really that. I mean, play mats were prevalent for games like Magic, and they were there more for aesthetics. Now you have these play
They
mats that
were
help
so,
organize.
as a former Magic addict, um, they were there to keep your
Recovering addict.
they were there to keep your cards clean as you twiddled them and tapped them back and forth. Because if
Interesting.
you tap a card too much, you'll pick up all of the grease and dirt off of the table, even a clean table. And so you bring your own player mat so that your cards stay pristine.
No, well, see, I learned something new.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
And
now they
that's
have all
and
these
that's
mats that.
and that's why I tried to quit.
But I mean, but you have that mat that rolls out, which helps you organize the
Yeah.
game,
Yeah. Yeah.
helps you keep track of how many cards are out and what cards are missing, and you're starting to see that a lot more. And for games that are all cards, it's kind of nice to have a little something there to help
Listen,
spice up the
the
table.
softness of the neoprene make those cards easy to pick up, and that
Yeah,
counts for a lot.
doesn't make them any easier to complete the heist, but it does
I
make them
mean,
easier to pick up.
listen. Are you good enough or not?
Yeah. Hey, do you have enough money to bribe the police enough?
that part?
If you can get a good machine going of making money to bribe the police, you can pretty much complete anything.
Yep. And if people see that happening, they should be stealing that money from you.
Yeah, and giving you what's the not the curse? What is it you put in
It's
there?
heat. They
The
can give you
heat.
heat,
Yeah,
and they can give you specters. And
yeah.
what I like about the game is, I feel like I played some games where if you don't, I've been listening to a podcast about splatter games, and they're like, you can lose this game on the first turn, and well, that's an interesting study, and I'd love to play a splatter game. I haven't played one yet, but that's actually not how I have fun.
No,
You know, I have fun kind of above the table. I grew up playing dominoes. I grew up playing spades. I grew up playing a version of chess where lots of trash was talked. Um, so a lot of Uno, and so like I like playing games with people, and if people start putting bad stuff in your deck, I really like how in Dark Heist you can actually pivot mid game your whole strategy to turn that downside into a positive. And suddenly people are like, wait a minute, the stuff that I gave you for bad, you turned around for good. I don't like that. And all you
hey,
can say is thank you at that point.
yeah, hey, it's all in the game.
It's just a game. It's just a
Yeah,
game.
but no, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. The pictures on the cards were a lot of fun to look at. The mean looking dog
Yep,
giving you
yep, yep,
that mean mug.
yep.
But I do like a game that you can risk it all, and one of my favorite ones to do that with is Champions of Midgard, where like
Mm.
you're just like, I'm gonna throw everything I have at this monster, and you
See,
lose, and you're
see
just
how it
like, well,
goes. Yep,
I
yep.
could have either scored 17 points or lost my entire army, and I lost my entire army.
Looks like I need an
So
army.
I'm gonna spend the next few rounds licking my wounds.
Yep, 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 yep.
But yeah, but games you lose on the first turn, those aren't fun.
I'm looking forward to checking out a splatter game like Bus or Food Chain Magnet, because like they do something interesting as a designer. I'm always looking to see who's doing what and how it works and why and where the fun is at it. But on paper, that doesn't sound like my kind of game.
I would love to play Food Chain Magnate and Bus, but they're both very expensive because Bus is out of print and hard to
Mm-hmm.
find, and Food Chain Magnate is just a lot of game
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it is expensive. And I look at that and go, mm, with that amount of money, I could buy three other smaller games that I'll play probably way more than I'll play
Uh-huh.
that one.
And listen, just like your most expensive suit, your most expensive board game is the one that you rarely play.
Yep.
So,
Oof. That that that's deep and that
mm-hmm,
hurts because it's
mm-hmm,
true.
mm-hmm. Unfortunately for me, my wife doesn't think board games are uh, home decor. So there's no room in my house that necessarily has a bunch of board games in it, and so I'm constrained to a relatively small space. And I'm really resisting the urge to pack games away in boxes to keep them for later, because it's like you'll
Oh,
never play that stuff.
no, that game will
So
never get back out of the box.
I tend to play stuff a lot and then kind of let it go. It
Yeah,
also makes it easier when you're spending money to buy something new, because, well, you just sold something, you
yeah.
know.
Now you got to spend that money. It's burning a hole in your pocket.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. No, my son and I recently went through and culled the collection, so we've got a big stack of games to get rid of, and we have a really good game shop here that has a what they call the game used game garage sale every month, every
Hmm.
other month, and we had to cancel the last one because he had a track meet we had to go to instead. So I need to get to the one in July so I can
Well,
get
I
rid
know
of
we're going
the
to be
stack.
done soon, but it might be profitable to just do a podcast listing off those games and their prices. I would listen.
Hey, I'm thinking about posting the list here on the website.
There you
So
go. There you go.
yeah, but yeah, we got because sometimes you get a game that scratches that same itch that you just I'm not gonna
Listen.
need this game anymore, or like you said, you played it 20 times, 30 times. You got it's time
Yep.
to move on.
There it is.
That's why I like games that have expansions and keep adding more stuff. Do I need it all? No. Do I buy it all to see what it does to the game? Absolutely.
Yep. 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 Well, there is the threat of a Dark Heist expansion with a new faction.
That's what you said.
Some more heists and a couple of new larceny. So, if anybody's interested in getting on board, this is a good time.
Yeah. So if anybody wanted to get your game, how can they find it?
You can find it at ashyfeet.com. Don't Google Ashy Feet. Go to ashyfeet.com for fun games. I'm not responsible what happens if you Google Ashy Feet.
No, it's like I had somebody on the show a long time ago where her Etsy store was called Komodo Stitches, I think, and she's like, "Do not Google Komodo Stitches, or you will find stuff you don't want to see."
Right, right, right.
So yeah, ashyfeet.com. Check it out. It's a great game by Moe, and keep an eye out for Fabulous Freeman
Well,
and the Cookie
Fabulous
Crumbles.
Crumb Snatchers
Crumb Snatchers.
is hopefully on a boat next week. So,
Hey,
in theory, it'll be here very soon. So this summer, and Fabulous Freeman should be kickstarting in the fall.
fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Mo, for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
Yeah, and as usual, you can reach out to me at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame. You can visit our website at eatlunchandboardgame.com or send us an email at eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com. And remember, board games build bridges.